Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of the Ginge and Pedro Show. I'm of course your host, Ginge and the Sunshine Band.
Yeah,
Alongside me,
it's
Pedro.
P-Funk, Pedrodelic. I don't have a bass. I should have a bass. This is a
You should
very
have a bass.
funky sound. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm there with you on that. I play guitar. I've played ukulele to your dismay.
Mm,
Drums is my main instrument. Bass
gotcha.
is as a rhythm. As a drummer, out of every member in the band, I would usually really vibe with the bassist the
Yeah.
most. Like it's maybe just because the few bands that I've been in are was through the bassist, so we just play together a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
bass guitar is something I've always wanted to pick up and
Oh yeah,
do.
dude. I'm mainly a guitar player, but I dab on the bass. Like my brother is the bassist, but
Right?
yeah,
Yeah, motherfucker.
yeah. When Primus came out, I really was
Oh,
into
dude,
bass for a couple of years. I
for
learned a
sure.
couple of their songs. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, my name is Mud. That song actually scares me. With the music
Yeah,
video, yeah,
yeah, yeah. It's
that's a
very.
terrifying reality. It reminds me of a serial killer. This
Mm.
little tiny fella named Pee Wee Gaskins, but we'll save that for another day. He was basically Mud from the music video.
Oh, okay.
It's like
Nice.
just very, very disturbing. That
Calm
okay. Anyways,
down,
so
calm
let's
down.
let's I guess since our guest, I see him in the background. He brought his friend
Oh,
along with him too. That'll
oh,
be fun.
nice.
But
That
so
was the
buddy,
fun.
we do. Yeah, oh yeah, we got a big show today. We're going to be switching things up a touch for
Yep.
those out there in TV land. And still going to have a guest on for an interview, and then after the show, we got a exciting announcement. So, what were you about to say there, bud?
Oh no, no, nothing. I'm just letting go of my pencil, getting ready to do an awesome show.
All right,
Let's
all
do
right.
it.
Get pencils down.
Pencil?
Everybody.
No, no, never pencils
No,
down.
I'm just kidding.
Keep on drawing forever.
Yeah, bitch. Okay.
Yeah, boy.
So, I'm going to do my best here. Let's go ahead and get him out. He was kind enough to join us. Artist, creator, Ron Moskowitz. I'm
It's
so sorry, buddy.
close enough. I'll take it. Ron Moscicki, actually.
Okay, I took it Jewish. That sounds Polish.
It is. Yeah, I'm quarter half Italian, quarter Irish, quarter Polish.
And that's why I keep quiet, Ginge. You see?
I know,
Yeah.
dude.
You see how-
That's why
What
I
do
just
you-
go, Romo's way easier than
There you go.
Romo's way easier than Moskowitz. So
Yeah.
It's
Romo
funny.
sounds Latino even. Yes.
yeah.
Pretty much every week I go through this, and it's not that I'm trying to sound rude about it. It's more just like when you have to be the guy that brings somebody out,
Mhm.
and you don't know how to say it beforehand. It's like, oh shit, and you're doing it with them live on the spot. It's like, some people, nobody's been offended yet, but I do try.
God,
for
I hope
everybody
not.
out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be really lame if someone got offended. That's kind
Yeah,
of
I mean, the way I see it, somebody has to fall down the stairs, and it's always Ginge, so it works
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, no, I'll take that. Actually, there's no slapstick in there for me.
Yeah.
Great.
I got Uncle Mike in the back as usual. So
There you
Yes.
go. Yeah.
he's just gonna
Absolutely.
stand there and stare. That's all he does. He doesn't say much.
Okay, he said, like,
Definitely
let's get nuts.
Yeah.
He said, like, let's get nuts.
Yeah. Pedro, have we met before?
I think so. Yeah, you look very
Was it a
familiar.
while ago? Like I was on with Matt Boyce.
Yeah.
Big group. You guys were talking about grilling food and stuff.
Yeah. Mhm,
Okay, so
mhm.
we have met. Okay,
Yeah, we have met.
Knew it. Okay,
Yeah, I saw, like, I recognize the voice.
great with. I'm
and
good
the
with
face.
faces. I'm horrible with names. So yeah, I knew you. Okay, cool,
Awesome, dude.
awesome. Thanks for having me on. I really
Hey,
appreciate
dude, it's our pleasure, man.
Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Glad to hear the meat. I know there's this underground meat circle, like
That
cooking
sounds sexual,
from-
man. Don't
Yeah.
say it like that.
Let me rephrase. There's a
Yeah.
lot of cooking stuff coming up in our neck of the woods.
Let's just say charcoal aficionados. How about that?
Yeah.
That's
Is that
Any
better?
propane? I mean, I gotta ask.
what's that? What's that, Romo?
No. I was just trying to adjust the light, and
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I don't have a very professional setup here, so I.
Neither do I. Do
Yeah.
I look like I'm in a shed, which I am. So
Yeah.
don't you worry.
Yeah, I'd like to get to the point where I could afford some good lighting and maybe even a microphone, but yeah, not yet. Not
Not
yet.
happening yet, dude. We're all starting here.
Maybe on issue 3 or 4.
There you
We'll
go.
see. We'll see.
So, Ron, did you have? We usually meet up in the back. I looked around on your profile, I couldn't find a link to any project you have sharing. Maybe I just missed it. Do you have anything you got going on right now? Or?
Yeah, right there. Pops has got it. There should be a
There you
link.
go.
Yeah. There should be a link on the
Sector
profile.
7.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I got you, Ginge. I got
Yeah.
you, bro. The link.
Okay, great.
Pops is there to pick up everybody.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
Yeah, Sector 7. That's a kaiju project,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Okay,
Awesome.
very nice. Let me pull it up on FMC real quick.
Mhm.
Let's see, Sector 7. Let's go, baby.
There you go.
No campaigns found yet. Sector 7. Let's see.
There's a link, man.
My comment. It's there. I promise you. It's
Pops, can you message it to me? It won't let me copy
it.
Yeah, it won't let me copy it in the
In the
thing.
private chat.
Before we get started, yeah, we want to try to sort of.
There, it's in the private chat for you, bro. There you go.
Okay, nice. There we go. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, great. So I found this earlier this week, and I thought this was funny. And we've been having a little bit of fun sharing stuff on the show. So let's see here. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. But have you seen this or heard about this?
What?
Hey, I'm sorry.
I'm seeing your face, Ginge.
No, not the face. This,
Okay.
Hang on. Just hold your horses, Pedro. I feel you. I feel the pressure. All right.
Okay. This is not.
Get that thing pulled down.
Oh no.
Pulled down. Yeah, did you get it oiled up? Oiled up.
You talking about the oil change?
Yeah.
So why don't you just say that? I mean, what the fuck? Every time I come over here, you only gotta take me through this homosexual rigmarole, man. Terminology, man. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Man, just come on, man. Finish cutting my hair. I can get the fuck out of here, man. Come on, cuz.
I got you.
Oh
I'm
man.
at the end now. You want me to get you from the back?
Get me from the back. See, this is the fuck I'm talking about. Take this motherfucking cable. Get me from the back. You talking about taping me from the back? Travis, come on. Cut this shit, man.
Well, he's having fun.
I've been saying homosexual rigmarole for the last 3 days.
Was that a skit? Was that a skit or was that real?
I think it was a
'Cause
skit.
I can't tell anymore. I don't know if I've gotten too old or if reality has just gotten that fucked up. I can't tell anymore.
Yeah, I mean, people are performing a lot lately. Like, I don't believe anything I see online.
I don't believe anything I see at all, ever anymore.
Yeah.
Old photographs, nothing.
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 Yeah.
Really,
It could be AI.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, I'm with you there. I think that's ultimately, it's just going to sort of be the case. You can't believe anything. Even the X-Files has been ruined for me with all this alien stuff. I guess we could sort of chat about it for funsies.
Yeah.
I don't believe that, I used to thought I'd seen an alien a couple times growing up. I could share a story, but it's not even necessarily a big deal. It's more just like when I was like somewhere from like 8 to 10, I fell asleep on the couch one night, and the way the couch was faced and the way I was faced, it was like along a set of windows. I just woke up one night and was looking out the window. I could have swore I saw what looked like a saucer-shaped thing just off in the distance. I lived in the woods, so like I just saw it way off in the distance, just go behind some trees, and I was like, that looked like, because I was an X-Files fan, still am sort of. Sadly, now that the government started pushing that aliens are real, it's like, man, fuck, it's ruined the X-Files for me, because that was kind of the fun. You know what I mean? It's
funny that you brought up, because I actually just started rewatching X-Files, like from episode 1 on Hulu. Because I'm a weird guy, which we're all weird guys. That doesn't say much, but I don't like anything anymore. So it's like I actually started rewatching X-Files, and I'm just enjoying it because I'm remembering, like, reality has caught up to conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
So it's not fun anymore. It's kind of shitty now. And I remember feeling like, oh, wouldn't that be cool if, or hey, this could happen sometime in the future. It was an interesting feeling back then. And now it's like, oh, everything's happening and it's pretty
And it sucks.
It's really awful. No one's doing very well right now.
Nah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you. Them pushing the UFO thing is bullshit. I mean, people in the circles have said there was going to be like one of three scenarios: World War III, UFO, or the next coming of Jesus.
Right.
Jesus.
They're going to pull one of them, and they're trying to pull the UFO and maybe World War III at this point. To me, it's all bullshit. I'm literally watching. I'm just watching a TV show that's supposed to be real. It's not. I don't believe any of it.
Nice.
So
That's a good point. It's,
you
so let
want
me ask-
to hear something weird though? 'Cause this happened to me yesterday. Okay, this might be a little bit fitting a stereotype, but I own chicken, like live chicken, because I live in Latin America. So yesterday, I have an orange tree right next to my window. 8 of the chicken were like dead. They looked dead on the branches, like somebody put them there, and they were like holding, but their necks were like hanging. I was like, dude, what's wrong with this? And then like, okay, we have to get rid of them because this is like a health hazard.
yeah.
So I touch them with a stick, and they wake up.
See, okay.
And I was like, whoa, what? They all woke up, and today, they all woke up dead.
Jesus.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. I just lost 8 chicken. We just got rid of them. But it was freaky, man, because it's like,
Wow.
and then we called the vet. He came and he's just like, no, it's a virus. They call it moquillo down here.
Yeah.
But moquillo will make a chicken go to a tree and hang from a tree. Like I don't get that. I don't get that part. That was very weird.
Maybe that's some chupacabra lore or something.
Yeah,
dude.
Okay.
You guys want to get flipped out?
Yeah.
Research germ or terrain versus germ theory.
Mm-hmm.
Research that.
Yeah.
And it's really sick. It's
Okay.
really sick.
Give us a little bit here.
Nothing is true. Nothing is real. Everything's a lie. It's sick. It'll flip you out. It'll flip you out.
Somebody said something the other day, which, I think it was, I watch a lot of just whatever political stuff. I think it was Dave Smith, also a stand-up comedian, but I think he said something about just jokingly talking about a conspiracy theory where it's like our timeline may not even be real. You know what I mean? Like in terms of like, we might not even really be as far as our like the way we've counted it as a civilization, the year 2023. It's like the way you described it, something like certain dynasties may have extended, basically lied about how long they ruled.
They added 1,000 years.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's different calendar systems, and the calendar systems don't line up. And there's theories that they added 1,000 years, and there's proof that. But here's the thing. So, just to get right down to what I'm about, I don't know anything anymore. I know nothing, and I thought maybe 2 years ago I knew everything. Okay, and then I had some realizations happen, and it was all gone. I don't know where we are. I don't know what planet we're on. I don't know what's real. All I have, because everything's a lie, all I have is probabilities.
Okay.
So I look at information and I'm like, okay, that's probably true, but I might be wrong. I'll find out next year, maybe. That's how I look at everything now.
That's kind of healthy though, because I mean,
I don't know anything. I don't know a healthier way to be, because until I can see it with my own eyes, it just does. And even then, I believe we're in the Matrix. So even then, it's not fucking real. So I don't like, everything's just possible. So researchers have talked about this. If you guys have gone into these circles, you've probably heard this before. If you type something into Google, it will, or any search engine, it will give you stuff to prove what you're looking for. And then if you type the opposite in, it'll give you stuff to prove the opposite. Like, it's just like this reality creating machine.
Yeah, it's reactionary, really.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So all I have is what's under my roof. I have my family, I have me, and that's all I know. That's all I know is real. That's it. It's that crazy now, man.
Yeah, dude. But I mean, in the end, I mean, you got to keep frame. You know what I mean? Like, believe what you know in the sense of what you can touch. There's things I've read that resonate with me, and I don't know. Like I'm a big fan of Seneca and Marcus Aurelius and the Stoics, and that's how I live my life. I receive the world as it's presented to me, and I react accordingly. But like panicking or going like, like that helps nobody.
Yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult, and there are certain personality types that are better at stoicism than others. Obviously, if you have a high sense of neuroticism, stoicism is very difficult for you.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly, because you need that.
It's something to look at though, because it balances the neuroticism out.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Pedro's like a stone tablet. This guy.
Yeah, no, dude. The things like I draw the line at like female penises. Like when
you
that
gotta have a line. That's the line.
When that concept came out, it's like, okay, guys, I'm out. It's your world. I'll just react to what you do, but I'll stay here in my bubble. Like
you can
I don't need to go out. Yeah,
you can have it. It's all you. I don't want it. Leave me alone.
I don't want it. Yeah, because the price might be a female penis if you win. I don't want that lottery ticket, man. I'm sorry. It's just no. Yeah.
No, can't say that I do. Let's say hello to the chat real quick.
Yeah, let's do that.
Back to that.
Oh, are we live? I didn't.
Yeah, we're live.
Who knew? I didn't know.
Neo start with his patented intros here. The brilliant star that shines through the night, the hot flashes that makes evil sweat. Riser Man stands before you.
What's up, Neo?
Says someone had to hold that camera to film. Yeah, he could have been holding it. I'll just say that he could have been holding it. Props to the guy that still says rigmarole. That's the thing.
Rigmarole, yeah.
The fact that he busted out rigmarole and then had homosexual.
Rigmarole is very like late 90s, right? That's from that era. Yeah,
I'd say, but I don't know to be sure. He says, to be fair, a UFO is exactly what it is, an unidentified flying object. If you see a big shadow in the sky, it might not be aliens, but you clearly saw something. Yeah. So let me ask you all this before we get started here. Just out of curiosity, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
What happens? And again, I don't believe this. But what happens? Because the way did you guys catch? I don't remember his name, but is that guy that's been making the rounds?
There's several guys making the rounds.
Well, there's a latest one who claims to be a former, not a pilot, but I think he worked somewhere. But he's the dude that talked to Congress the other day, kind of balding guy who's like,
oh yeah.
Said we have biological entities or something along those lines. Like, he won't come right out and just say, yes, we have alien, non-human life forms. He words it very cryptically, which to me, it just smells like bullshit. And it's way too sexy. The moment a story starts becoming sexy.
That's the problem with his statement. It sounds too cool. Yeah. So it might not be right.
Bullshit.
So what happens if they try to wheel something out? What do you think? If they wheel something out, it's like, here's the alien.
They could wheel Biden out. I don't believe it's him. I could care less.
Yeah.
I couldn't fucking care less. Like, wheel whatever you want out. I don't care. You made it in a lab. You made it. Stan Winston did it. Who gives a shit? I don't. You cannot believe liars. You just can't. It's just the next. Again, it's just. I believe. Okay, so if you have ever met someone or had your chart read, your astrology chart, by someone who knows what they're doing, it is incredibly accurate, like shockingly accurate, like the time down to the time you were born. If you had a good reading, so if your astrology chart can be very accurate up to the point where it could tell you what month that you might get an injury, and then it happens, that tells me that reality is written, and we're all just playing our part. And some of us might wake up to the fact that we're playing a part. But that doesn't mean that the rest of it, we're still watching a play. If they wheel out an alien, it's because they were told to wheel out an alien because that's the next page in the reality script. I couldn't. Now, me from 10 years ago would have been flipping out, like amazing.
Yeah.
And now I sound like a contrarian because I was telling everyone there's aliens, and now I'm saying it's all bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, I'm not. Like, you can't believe liars just because it's a lie that you like. It doesn't work that way. So
I tend not to be deterministic, like all the way deterministic, like everything's written.
I get it. Yeah,
but I do understand that, dude. Like, it's just quo bono. That's Latin for who benefits.
Right.
And what every statement I hear, that's the first question that comes to my mind. Okay, who benefits from us thinking that aliens are finally here after years of denying it? Because they've been denying it for years. Like, oh, now we're consciously ready to accept aliens. Now that we don't even know what a man is anymore, or what a woman is anymore. Like, we reach enlightenment. Now we're ready for aliens. I don't think so.
And look at the reaction of the general public. Yeah. We are exhausted. No one gives a shit.
No one gives a fuck.
No one fucking cares. We are tired. It's aliens. Good. How do I pay my bill? I couldn't care less.
Yeah, another one to the pile. Whatever. Like,
yeah. To add to your que bono, Pedro, I'd have to say there's a certain je ne sais quoi.
Of course,
I don't know what.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta bring in the French always.
Yeah. Well, they can kiss my ass, but that is just a fun phrase from Austin Powers.
I mean, but you
like I can squeeze that in.
But you like that though.
What?
Yeah, Austin the ass Powers? Kissing. No, the ass kissing.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Shadowhawk.
What's up, Shadowhawk?
Flying in. Hey there, buddy. Hey, hello.
Yeah.
We got another friend in the chat here.
Yeah, we got
Tanapi Saresti. I believe I butchered that. Tapani. Thank you, buddy.
Tapani Sarasti. I don't know. I'm saying it in Spanish. Yeah.
He's okay. Jim O'Reilly says hello.
That was better. It was way better.
Well, that's an easier one for me.
Yeah.
The O'Reilly, kind of the luck of the Irish over here for me.
Yeah.
All right, so let me pull up Sector 7 here, Ron. And
let's do it, dude. This is an awesome Kaiju book, guys, so consider backing it.
Let's see, Sector 7.
If I remember correctly, the art looks awesome, and it's a very interesting story. So let's do this.
Here. This motherfucker. Okay, let me close out of some shenanigans. All right, gang. All right, Ron. So what do we got here, buddy? Like to give us a pitch?
Sorry about that. I was drinking my post. Sector 7. Set post-apocalyptic world. However, in our post-apocalyptic world, it's actually utopia. All right. So what happened was on the night of the moon landing, basically nuclear Armageddon kicked off. Russia got a little miffed, and the nukes just went flying. Okay, so what that did is it decimated the entire northern hemisphere. So without governments, without anything, the remaining people they were forced to come together and go down to the southern hemisphere. Now the line that dictates where you can and can't go, we've nicknamed the veil. Past the veil is where there's nuclear radiation fallout. Okay, so everyone lives beneath the veil. And the first 5 pages of the book, and you'll see some of the pages on there, is showing like the night of the moon landing and nuclear war kicking off. After that, we start out in the utopia. Now, because there's no governments, because people had to come together, is either do or die. All the secret technology, Tesla, all that amazing stuff that we know exists, but we're not allowed to see it, that was allowed to come out. And a brilliant scientific mind, Professor Brand, Solomon Brand, who's the old guy with the goatee right there, he headed the whole thing. So he got the best minds that were left and created this utopia. And they're scattered colonies throughout the southern hemisphere. Everyone's living longer, so there's life extension technologies. Everything has been the perfect world that we know could exist in my world, in this world, not mine. I'm sorry, in me and Matt Boyce's world. Matt Boyce is the co-creator, and it was his original design for Nagara, the main kaiju that sparked all of this. Okay, so in our world, it's that perfect society, that utopian society. A lot of things are retrofitted, so you'll see some of the designs as you scroll through the artwork. You'll see like a 1950s Oldsmobile retrofitted with hover tires, and I wanted to create a really unique futuristic look that I haven't seen. So a lot of the clothing, you'll see clothing from the 20s, 30s, and 40s, the different decades that existed right before everything went to hell. And basically, what's happening is everything is phenomenal now. But and this is where the friction comes in.
Yeah.
We only have half the world left. Everyone's happy. Everyone's having babies because of life extension technology. Because of life extension technology, there's actually people that were alive during World War II still alive in our future. Okay.
Right.
So people are living longer, but we only have half the resources.
Okay.
Now, some people want to acknowledge that, and some people just want things to be good and they don't really want to look at it. So I like it because the spark that starts the whole story is actually a very realistic spark. How long can the utopia last with everyone living longer and with only half the resources available to us? And that being said, just a quick caveat, there's no military. There's basic security, but there's no military anymore. There's not a need for it, right? So there's some people in the main colony who are on the main council that really want to create some sort of military before another colony does, because in their mind it's not a question of if,
It's a when.
You will run out of resources, and when that happens, who's going to be the first one to attack?
Cool.
Okay, so that's where the friction of the story comes in, and enter the kaiju. Okay, so that's basically the elevator pitch if we're going to like the 50th floor.
Nice.
Okay.
Awesome, dude. Yeah, very, very, very sort of a lot of, you've obviously spent a lot of work building the actual universe itself within the storyline.
Yeah, but I'm intrigued with one concept. Like, how would you call that? Like future past tense story?
Oh, I would say alternate timeline. I would say alternate, just alternate timeline without labeling an alternate timeline. Yeah, just what if this happened with giant monsters?
Yeah, because I mean, this is giving me like reminding me of the aesthetic of The Incredibles, which is like an incredible 60s era. Like it's the 60s, the architecture is the 60s, even the color treatment of the movie 60s, but they have like flying cars and they have this is giving me like an echo to that, but even more so because it's mixing different timelines. It's just like applying to the new technology, but it has the aesthetics of different decades. So
yes,
dude, congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I love that.
Are you?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask, are you the artist?
Yes. Yes, I'm the artist and co-creator. Matt is the writer, basically the dialogue part. Creating the world. So Matt had the original monster, Nagara, who's over on the right-hand side. He's the one right behind the beautiful female there. Her name is Tetra Primrose. She's the main character along with Professor Brand. Matt's baby is Nagara. That's his the colored right there, the one in color. Okay. That's his take on for his love of Godzilla. Yeah. He's had that character for 20 years. Now his original concept was more green with just kind of some Cobra hood. But when me and Matt met, maybe the day after that, I went to his house, and he lives only a few blocks away from me. The day we met, he invited me over. He told me he liked my artwork. I was making copies at Office Max for someone else that I was drawing for. And we spent 3 hours that day like we had known each other since grade school. And most of the world was built that day. Very little has changed. So it was really, when me and Matt get together, it's two bodies with one brain. Like it just works really quickly and really well. And I wanted to jazz up the design more. I come from, my love is comic books, and I also have a love of kaiju. Matt's like the opposite. He's like 98% kaiju. Well, not 98, but his love is kaiju, but he also likes comics too. Okay. I knew that the green wasn't going to fly. We needed something very different, and so that's literally the first concept of Nagara I came up with. Matt loved it, and it stuck. That's it.
Oh, cool. How long this happened? How long ago this happened?
This was honestly the origination was probably maybe 10 years ago at this point.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, it's we never had the chance. Like just life, you know. He was married with a kid. I moved to Florida for a while. I came back, and then I came back. Then I got married. Then I had a kid, and it was like, so it wasn't until this year when some things happened in my family life, financially, that I was like, you know, me and Matt were going to do it properly. We're going to do a YouTube channel first for maybe like a year. Okay, it was going to be called The Adventures of Matt Man and Romo, and we still might, but we're doing it in the wrong order, unfortunately. We were going to have the YouTube first, and then introduce the book through there. But I needed to do something quickly, so I started to work on like kind of a if you want to say like boobs and butt sci-fi girl, something that I know to pop. And I'm like, you know what? I'm drawing this from scratch. I've got half of Sector 7 freaking drawn already.
Yeah.
So I told Matt, I was like, okay, buddy, I got to do something. I got to try. So I'm taking Sector 7. We're doing this. Matt's life was kind of going downhill a little bit for him, which he would totally admit. I'm not talking behind his back.
That's all right.
You know, he was having tough times. And I'm like, dude, I don't need your help. It's totally okay. If we have an interview, I just need you to show up. That's it. He's like, okay, I got you. So I started, like, I just signed up for all the social media, like in March or April. So I'm brand new to the whole indie scene, starting from no channel, starting from nothing. And so that's basically what happened. And I've met a lot of really cool people. You know what I mean? It's been really interesting. It's been a really unique ride. And the downside of that is we came in with no audience.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Which in the indie world, it's like the exact opposite. Like you need, so in the regular marketing world, you have a good product, you put it out, and the product makes your name. In the indie world, it's actually reversed. Yeah. If you want to be successful, you've got to have a name for at least a year and then put out your product so that like maybe that first day or two of crowdfunding, you hit a certain percentage of your goal, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
I knew none of this. So I'm finding everything out the hard way.
Yeah, but dude, like the thing with all this industry, because we're all new, or we were all new at some point. It's a matter of staying visible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, the thing with brands is that, you might have a great product, but if people don't know you, you will not awaken that bond of confidence. Because people are not like, I'm going to Target, or well, not Target. Target is a bad example now. I'm going to Walmart now.
Too, Pedro.
Yeah, like I'm going to Walmart and getting whatever. Like I trust Walmart because I can see it. Here, you're a face on the screen.
Yeah,
and nobody knows who you are until they know who you are.
Yeah,
and you create that bond, then selling the book will become easier. But this is something that we all need to walk, man.
Yep.
And as I'm saying, dude, as corporate entertainment is going down, because dude, like I don't care either way. There's a lot of people who base their channels on something like, when is Warner Brothers or Disney or whatever going to? I don't care if they crash and burn. I don't care.
They're trying to crash. They're doing it on purpose. All that's going to happen is listen, Bob Iger is doing exactly what he's being fucking told to do.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going to happen is they're going to crash the industry, which is already done. We're going to be bored as shit, and they're going to throw out AI, and it's going to be really good, right? But then they're going to slowly start to do more weird shit, and then they'll say, well, if you want to see the next installment, you got to put on the helmet. And I'm telling you, they're crashing the industries on purpose. I've said this so many times, and it goes over a lot of people's heads, like, because they're used to like corporations wanting money. I've been telling people they've got the money. Money, first of all, money's a number on the screen. It doesn't exist.
Yeah,
it's all bullshit. So when you're Disney and you're backed by Vanguard and BlackRock, you've got the money. You can do whatever you want and lose whatever you want. And then the next chapter in the reality script is AI entertainment. So Bob, like, why is Kathleen Kennedy still here? Because she grabs your attention. She's good at pissing you off.
And then the one you love to hate.
Yeah, she's the heel. That's her job. She might as well be in a WWE ring. Like, that's her job, and she's really good at it. But it's all fake. It's all planned. It's all part. It's like I'm the Joker. It's all part of the plan. Like, but it is. So
Side note, real quick. Pedro, can you draw that at some point? Kathleen Kennedy and like some sort of WWE get up.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do a Kathleen Kennedy as Ric Flair or something.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Yes. What the hell were we talking about? I forgot.
We're talking about the book, man. We're talking about
the book. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how we got on Bob Iger. I go off on tangents.
Yeah,
I smoked some weed in between that when my screen went black, and I was like, I came back out of it. I'm like, well, I am right on schedule here. Okay, no, but yes, I've actually said I was talking to Neostar about something similar to what you're saying, Ron, about how I think they are purposely. My estimation is that they are purposefully knowing they have to take hits on, financial hits on the stuff that they're releasing. Yeah, they have to know at some point, especially now after like this year, it was like 1.3 billion lost or something ridiculous, right? So I don't think, and that's the other point that I made is, yes, when you're funded by like BlackRock, these companies that essentially have infinite money, it's like, it doesn't really matter how much money you lose when your mission is something that you're trying to put, because really the stuff that's being made is not being made for us right now. It's sort of to replace, right? Let's take a look at Snow White. That's like an 86-year-old movie or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to make whether we like it or not, they're not really making it for us necessarily. No. They're more making it for the future generations that are removed from this controversy of the changing of the guard, so to speak. So I think they're just trying to replace what they want to become the family beloved things. You know what I mean? They not only by remaking them, by not giving a shit whether they are successful financially or not. Now I could just be talking out my ass.
Yeah, the thing is, like, even the parks are being abandoned by people. Like, people are not going to Disney the way they used to.
This is all about the mission. It's not about the money, is what I'm saying.
It is about the mission. See, so for me, I will go a level. I'm gonna go a level weirder because I totally agree with you. But these people work in multiple layers. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's never just one agenda. Listen, they're awful, evil people, but you got to give it to them. They're not stupid. They are geniuses. No. They are geniuses beyond what you and I could imagine, to be honest. And they're very good at what they do. I think this is generational. Although, the UFOs are coming out and stuff, and I don't believe a lot of what I used to believe when it comes to that stuff. I do believe in demons. Okay. I believe in, because every culture across the entire planet, no matter what religion, no matter what, there are demons. There's ways to use them. There's ways to commune with them. There's ways to try. Okay. I do believe that they are. I don't want to get this like banned on YouTube. I won't say much, but
go ahead. Say whatever you want to say.
I mean, we all know what these people do. I mean, at least people like us know behind closed doors what these people actually do and who they actually pray to. Let's say that, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
I believe that the Kathleen Kennedys of the Bob Igers, the bad decisions, I believe that there's something much more, because again, money does, they have the money, they have that. I believe our attention and our emotional energy when we get fucking angry that they're ruining something we love. I'm again, I could be wrong next year, but right now, I think that helps feed what they're praying to. I truly believe emotional content, emotional energy feeds a different layer of this reality. I just do. So I mean,
dude, like I mean, if you look into the definition of what
you've heard that,
what etymologically. Yeah, but etymologically, what do you see? Okay, James doesn't want to be a part of this clip. I respect that. No, dude, but if you see like the definition, like where the word demon comes from, it comes from Greek, demos, and demos means spirit. Mm-hmm. So the thing is, like, defining a demon as an evil spirit, it's exactly what it is. And there's like different, I don't know, I'm translating from Spanish, so I'm missing words here, but there are different like pathways where people define what demons are.
Mm-hmm.
And they might say like the Greek gods were demons, or the jinn in ancient,
The
like
Jin, egregores. Yeah.
egregores, like
Yep.
so basically there was a time where there was more than one god
Yes.
in our history.
Yes.
And people will worship. Like you'll go to Rome and there was Jupiter and Venus and Jupiter Capitolinus and all those guys. You go to the Greeks, you got Zeus and whatnot. You go to Sumer, you got Enki and all those guys. And then we went to monotheism. But we have two monotheistic religions that are pretty similar, and then like Buddhism, which is something completely different. But we're in a monotheistic, I don't know, I want to say a monotheistic phase of how we deal with reality, and that might change. That might change, like because the thing is, like, I don't think I'm intelligent enough to say I hold the truth, but I do listen to my conscience, and what Christianity does to me resonates better than what Hollywood is giving me, and that's valuable.
Yeah,
you know,
no, totally understand it. I totally get it. Totally.
Yeah.
And I like I said, saying what I said, how I believe they're literally feeding off of our vitriol, like they're feeding off of us.
Yeah.
I don't usually talk about this stuff.
No, dude, like the topic went there, and I love it. So don't worry.
Yeah. So I think there's multiple. So if society does, exist, and if the family unit, let's say, Ginge, does in some way still exist in 20 years, I've thought about what you've said. I thought like they're literally making entertainment for not us. It's for two generations ahead that won't remember anything anymore.
Yeah.
Like my daughter asked me what a video store was, and I wanted to cry.
Oh, dude.
I'm like, you're never gonna know what a video store is. You're never gonna know how amazing it was to go with a date and something innocent and look around at the movies and poke each other and laugh. Like, you're not gonna ever know that. And it made me really sad.
Yeah, dude. But like a video store, but I'm talking like before Blockbuster, before they began the monopoly, when you get like the local video store, which it was curated by a person.
Yeah.
And it was the movies he liked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't have enough room for all of them.
Yeah,
it was just the ones that he knew about or he liked.
Exactly, dude. And that was so awesome because I remember, like, we have like a neighborhood video store, which was cool. But the coolest the coolest video store was in a neighborhood called Chinese. And people will drive like 20 minutes, 1 hour to that video store because that guy was a huge fan of movies, and he was a huge fan of European movies, and he would get like, dude, like, wow, you want to watch Salo or you want to watch spaghetti westerns from Italy from the 70s? I have them. Dude, like when Blockbuster came about, that was lost, and that to me was even a bigger travesty. When Blockbuster died, I even laughed a little. Good riddance. But dude, like the local video store, it felt like going to like an old musty bookstore. You know what I mean? Like when you go to
I'm old enough to remember like the last one that was here in my little town. And then they always had the movies behind the curtain.
Yeah.
That was a different section.
The curtain with the beads. Yeah.
That was a much different section.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I think if like corporate entertainment goes away and we go back to something that looks like that would be for the betterment of everybody, because we don't need to be global. Like nobody needs to be like, I need to be loved by everyone. That's psychotic.
Oh yeah.
You find your tribe and you thrive, dude. Like right now, and this indie scene is showing it. Like, dude, you need to make 10,000 people happy, and you're making $1 million every book.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's something, 10,000 people in a planet with 8 billion people. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's not impossible. Now, getting that whole appeal, like, I want to be Cardi B and shake my ass, and I want everybody to love me. No, you have to make it packed with some, like, questionable people, and you might limp back home because all the sex you'll be having. You know what I mean? Like, that's a deal I don't want. I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
And as artists, we need to be like, okay, it's a different kind of work. Nothing is going to be given to us. We have to work for it ourselves, but we won't limp, and we will sleep soundly, and we will not compromise our soul so people can know what we do. And that to me, that's why I'm like, it seems like the world is going to hell in a handbasket. But dude, we've been through worse things, man. The Roman Empire came down. There was a Black Plague, World Wars. This is not even close. You know what I mean? Like, dude,
this is definitely. I mean, it's more of a slow burn destruction, although it's speeding up. But it's definitely more of a slow burn.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, I think once I let go of the things that I used to believe, things have got, and it's only maybe, like I said, a couple of years, maybe even just a year and a half. Things have gotten worse, but I've actually gotten happier.
Exactly.
It's not mine anymore, and I don't want it. And anyone else can have it, but I'm out.
Yeah, you're not vibrating. You're not vibrating in that frequency. Like I'm not a hippie. Like I don't believe like, oh, you're vibrational energy, whatever.
I get it. I know, but I know what you're talking about. I'm the same way. I like frequencies of vibrations. That is the basis. That's just physics. That is the basis of reality.
The reality, and the thing is, like when you pay attention to stuff like that, and you get mad, you're vibrating at that frequency.
Yeah, and that's how the demons feed. I'm telling you. That's how the Kennedys feed.
Yeah, dude, and that will permeate your whole life, your relationship with your wife, with your kids, with your neighbors. Now you're gonna start like fights coming out of nowhere. Yeah, and that's because you're being very like, I'm angry. How could I adapt to Luke Skywalker? Like, I don't know Luke Skywalker. You know what I mean? Yeah. And God bless George Lucas, dude. I had a lot of fun with the toys. I enjoyed the movies. I saw A New Hope in the cinemas. I was 3 years old.
Wow.
My parents took me. I don't remember shit. I do remember. Yeah. I do remember Empire. I do remember it took me to see Empire because that was in '81. But dude, I was of the generation that grew up with Star Wars. I had all the toys. The only thing I didn't have was the Jabba's pleasure barge. That came like years later. But I had almost all the Kenner toys. Like I am a fan. Like I can geek out in Star Wars, but right now I don't care because they're making something I'm not enjoying. Why am I gonna be like, but make what I want? No, dude, do whatever, dude. You got the job. I don't know how you got it. Yeah. God bless you, and dude, do your best. I'm not gonna be there.
And to be honest, it's although we love it, so we think it's ours. It's not ours.
No, not really.
It's not ours. They can technically do whatever the fuck they want with their own IP, and they're doing it. Yeah. We don't really get a say in it, even though the way markets and capitalism has historically worked, we should get a say, but it's not ours. And like, dude, Captain America, Superman, all my beloved everything.
Oh, dude,
all gone. It's all gone, but it wasn't mine. And
I really hate.
I have enough to remember, you know.
Yeah, I really hate what they did to Captain America, man. Because as a Latin American living in a country that was invaded by the U.S. in 1989, Panama was invaded by the U.S. You came here to pick up Noriega. I should hate America, but I don't. Why? Because my villain has a face. George Bush Sr. He was head of the CIA.
Yep.
In '81 when they put Noriega in power. So he put Noriega in power. Yeah. And then he took it out in '89. It's all George Bush Sr.
Same thing with Saddam. Same thing with any dictator that stopped doing what they were told or outlived their usefulness.
So that's the thing. Like, I don't need to hate America. You know what I mean? And I did enjoy Captain America comics because the message in those comics really resonated with me.
Yep.
Stand up for what you believe in, no matter what other people think.
Yep.
Be brave, defend your friends. That's Captain America to me.
Yeah.
And what they're doing today, like, oh, now Captain America is the Falcon. No, dude, the Falcon is an awesome character. I love the Falcon, but he's not Captain America.
Nope. The Falcon is the Falcon. That's why he's called the Falcon. It's really it's simple math, but it's not our equation.
No,
so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And that's the thing, man. Like, I don't know, they turned, like, this new generations have turned suffering into a skill.
Yeah.
And that's something that needs to be left behind because aside from comics and anything we would talk about today, that is the real problem. When you are a professional victim, you can't thrive.
Yep.
You won't be able to thrive. And dude, it's just shut up and work, man. Shut up and work.
Yes.
Work will pick you out. Yeah.
Victimhood is not a coat of armor, people. It's
dude.
not. It doesn't protect you from anything. It just shows
Not
that
really.
you're weak.
Yeah.
It just shows that you're weak.
And that's the thing, dude. In the 80s, we used to laugh at that kind of people, but now that's bullying.
Yeah. Yep.
But
I still laugh. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah.
Dude, like what the hell happened to the boomers? I mean, the boomers basically had my generation. You know, my parents were boomers. I'm 47.
Yeah.
My parents were boomers.
Yeah.
There's a lot of messed up kids in my generation.
Oh, dude, the thing is, like, dude, we were raised by TV, Generation X.
Yeah.
But you see, Jim, you are using your victimhood as an asset, not a skill.
That's true.
And that's commendable, sir.
That's again a coat of armor.
That's commendable, sir. That's the thing. That's commendable because socially, we have no means to defend ourselves from women, especially if we're married to them. We're at their mercy. Oh, poor us. You see, anyone can play the victim, but the thing is, like, it helps no one really in the end.
Nope.
But no, but what we're talking about, Generation X. Like, Generation X was the first generation where mom and dad were working.
Yeah.
Not really the millennials. It was Generation X. So we were raised by TV.
Yep.
What happened with us is that TV was freaking excellent. You know what I mean? So
me and Matt talk about that. We had the best toys. We had the best shows. We had the best. Like, who the hell wants to grow up when you had all the cool shit that we had growing up? I don't want to be an adult. That sucks.
That sucks. And the things, like, our kids, the Generation Next kids, are kids that grew up. And I'm not gonna generalize, but that's something is I was an animation teacher for 12 years now, and I gave classes to kids. Generation kids are friends of their parents.
Yeah,
and that's a mistake.
I'm the only boomer here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm the only one that grew up with really bad toys. Okay.
Yeah.
But we still had the best toy out of all toys ever made, and that was the Evel Knievel stunt cycle, baby.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
We used to have our version of Evel Knievel in Panama. It was called Flame Boy.
Dude, it was the best.
Yeah,
you could do anything with that. It was indestructible. You could jump ditches with it.
Oh my God, Flame Boy died. I'm sorry. Flame Boy, yeah, he tried to jump the canal, and he failed.
Are you serious?
He died? Yeah. We reenacted all of his jumps. Trust me.
Yeah, Flame Boy. It was called Flame Boy.
Flame Boy's dead.
Flame Boy's dead.
On that. Good night, folks.
Yeah.
Well, at least he went out doing what he loved, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It was a blast. Like, dude, he had like a silver suit with flames on the sides, and his like assless chaps. And he was a little bit overweight, and he had like a Harley. Like, dude, he was cool. He was cool to look at. But yeah, like,
if I could go out drawing a comic with a donut in my mouth while having sex with my wife, that's how I would want to go out.
Exactly, dude. That's go out with a bang.
A donut in my mouth, my wife, and then drawing a comic all at the same time. That'd be great. I'd die a happy man.
Yeah, that's the three loves, man. I feel it.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Like,
I mean,
I want to go into a barbecue
see how this
party.
could all happen.
Yeah. I want to go in a barbecue.
I'm hoping for you, Ron.
Yeah.
Ron. I'm hoping for you because I can see how that could happen.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But probably not a donut.
Right.
Probably
I gotta
one
get
of
the
those
timing
cookies.
right. That's all.
Probably not a donut though. Probably one of those cookies.
One of those cookies. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Pop, show me the cookies, man.
So good.
Man, I'm telling you what, his wife makes the bomb freaking cookies, bro.
Yeah. I'm jealous, man. I'm a cookie fan.
She'll ship them to you.
Oh,
he's in Panama, bro.
I'm in Panama, baby.
I don't know what the international rate is on cookies, but I don't know.
Could
you pick them up at the border, maybe? I don't know how that would work.
No, we have a mail service which has a very unfortunate name called Mailbox. Because you can put things in my box. So they'll get to Miami, and from Miami they'll ship it down here in bulk. But I don't know, like it adds like 6 days extra.
Wow. Okay.
So I don't know if the cookies can make it that trip, but
I think they're okay for a couple weeks.
Okay.
Man.
Yeah,
I think they're
good.
fine, dude.
no.
Pedro, you make the phrase mailbox out to be like that's not what we already call it. Like
Yeah,
it's, instead of
exactly.
mailbox, it's you're making it out to be like it's bussy or something like
Yeah.
male pussy or something. But no,
Yeah.
that's just a mailbox.
It's a male. Yeah, dude, you got a female pussy. You got a female pussy, a female penis. You can have a mailbox.
I knew we were
Right.
going to get there eventually.
Wow.
Yeah.
They didn't even say the word, but
This
they went
took a
there.
left real quick.
They went
Holy
there.
shit. There it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I thought me talking about demons was rough.
Yeah, exactly. This is a raw show, sir.
Okay, fuck it. Great.
Yeah.
This is great.
You made it to 7:59 before going into the porn references. You
There
did
you
pretty
go.
good.
There you go. But you see, that speaks to my sense of restraint. That was holding it all day.
Very stoic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Jim O'Reilly says here, he says, my best toy was a stick. It was a staff, a sword, and I could hit my friends with it. We were kicked out of the house early in the morning and had to survive until the sun went down.
Pretty much.
Oh, dude, like I remember I was in this like radio show. We were like a comedy troupe, and for Christmas we came from this like poverty line toys, and it was like we grabbed like a Kenner packaging, but instead of a doll, it had like a rock, and we put like rock, and it was called like the imagination line. It was like a rock, a brick, a stick.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome. Like,
Well, I mean, I've told the story a few times, but we had when the first Lord of the Rings came out, like the kids in the Tri-Road area, just kids I had never even met before, like going to school in this part of town. It's like when that first Lord of the Rings movie came out, that there was like a couple of weeks where every weekend it was like all the kids would meet up and we would just split into groups and we'd reenact Lord of the Rings scenes, but really you were just like jumping people, and you find sticks, but my weapon of choice was a curtain rod. You have to like slide them out, so I had the sheath and the sword.
And the sword. Oh, there you go. There you go.
It was awesome.
My favorite Lord of the Rings story might get this channel struck, but I can say
XXX.
What do you mean?
no. Okay, so the thing's like I'm a huge nerd, right? And Panamanian nerds. We had this like we had like this story circle that we were analyzing Lord of the Rings, so they gave us tickets. So there's all this like it was like a gala. People had to dress up and whatever. So there's kids that were watching the Lord of the Rings, and it was very, very, very. I mean, it's an awesome movie, kind of long. But as we go out, there's this like black lady coming out with her daughter, walking like, "Mom, I want to be an elf," and the mom says like, "There are no black elves, baby." And yeah, I couldn't hold the laughter, man. It was freaking funny to me. But
that's why we need representation, damn it.
Exactly. No, but the thing is, like, you know what? That kid learned a lesson. Our mythos,
black elves, son.
yeah, our mythos is Shaft, Superfly, Dolomite.
What's up, Oracle? How you
Black
doing?
Dynamite.
Black Dynamite's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, exactly. We
Black
delve
Dynamite
there.
is awesome.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like Black Belt Jones, freaking Cleopatra Jones in the Casino of Gold. That's our mythos, you know, and we should celebrate that. We don't need to be elves, but we can be Shaft. Come on. But yeah, dude, like I just love how the mom just like, there are no black elves, baby.
It's a great delivery.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
let's we are getting close to an hour here. So
yeah.
Did you show the page? Did you show the page with the world blowing up? The view from the moon. Scroll down. Scroll down to the view from the moon.
Right there.
Right
We're
there.
not
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh yeah, dude.
Look at that.
Very cool, man.
I can see my house from here.
Yeah.
You can see the reflection in Armstrong's mask, right? In his astronaut mask. You can see the reflection, and then you see what he's looking at. Dude.
Holy
Wow, right? That's Dude, that art's amazing. I do not understand. People, get on, dude. You're gonna wish you did if you don't.
Get on it, dude. And the thing is that just keep at it, man. Keep at it. Keep
I'm in the community now. I'm not going anywhere. I started my channel. You know, I'm with Pops. I'm drawing Nano 13 for Chris Faction, so my art is still gonna be out there.
Awesome.
He's doing a show on the network twice a week, Monday and Friday nights at 7. So you know, I mean, you're gonna see the man. He ain't going.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Sector 7 not going anywhere. I've got some plans on maybe how to re-release this plus anything else in a way that might solve a few of the key issues that face that face indie comics, which is basically the time it takes to create, which is maybe one book every 9 to 10 months if you're lucky, and the price point, which is usually $15 to $30, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm working on some numbers and some ways to do things a little bit differently, and I got to go over it with Matt and see what he thinks. I mean, I'm sure he'll just say, "Yeah, that sounds great." I usually run my ideas through a few people that I'm in another group with, and I'm not even going to do that because I'm just going to do it because every time I have an idea, and I'm not saying they're wrong, they're absolutely right, but I just don't want to hear anymore like, no, that won't work, or someone already did that and it didn't. Like I just don't want to hear it anymore. If I'm going to fail, I'll fail my way. That's totally fine.
Yes. And everything that I'm doing right now, there's people telling me there's no way it'll work.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying I don't want to hear it anymore.
There's people saying that about everything.
Yeah.
That independents are trying to do. Yeah. They say it about everything. Oh, that'll never work. Oh, that you'll never be able to pull that off. Somebody told Eastman that.
The time frame and the price point, it is an issue. It is a problem. It has to be what it has to be because we're all doing this while we're already working full-time jobs and we have families. But like even when you do the math, and I've said this on my own show, when you do the math, when you used to be able to walk into a comic shop and let's say you had $50, you could buy anywhere from 10 to 15 comics and take a chance on someone that look cool. You don't know who they are or whatever. You take the same 50 now and you can buy 2 in the indie scene. That math sucks, right?
You can buy 2 and it's going to be like 15 pages of art each.
It's a legit problem. I'm just trying to figure out a way to kind of meet everything in the middle, get more stuff out more often, and keep the price low. And hopefully, because I'm not looking to make a huge living, a second income would be great. You know, that'd be awesome.
One thing I want you to do, okay, you have a show on the network. It's called Romo Art.
Yeah.
Start doing some art.
I want people to see. I know.
Me and people to see what you do.
Me and Brittany have to figure it out. And Brittany, my wife, and also like basically my producer outside of Pops. I do everything on my tablet, so I have to find a way to make my tablet visible. And I'm not sure. We can figure it out. It'll.
Are you using OBS?
Tell them how to do it, P-Funk.
I have the iPad and I'm using Procreate.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, you need a stream software that can create virtual cameras. That way, you can create your Procreate tablet into a virtual camera and put it into. So look into that.
So Procreate has a way. Procreate actually records everything you do.
Yeah.
Now, but here's the thing: it doesn't do it like live while I'm doing.
Yeah, it's like, not. But the thing with OBS is that you create a live feed out of your screen.
Really? Okay. See, that's more of what I'm looking for, and I don't know any of this stuff.
Yeah. Check out it's OBS.
That's the problem that I have is I do everything on my tablet.
Check out OBS.
Okay.
And this is what we do. This is why we network together. Okay. We have a couple people in the group on the network already that use OBS. Christy does. Dallas does to do Hyde Hermit show. So we got people in the network that can coach you through this as soon as you know, we got this. Okay. That's not an issue. But yeah, I was going to suggest over the next couple weeks, if you want to do a little bit of art, I was going to ask you if you'd be willing to do a few sketch cards for the Roku campaign.
Yeah, I'll do anything you want, Pops.
Well, I mean, we have Doc and Rich and man, they're lining up. I'm starting to forget who else involved in this. But we have a bunch of people that have signed on to do sketch cards. Each one of them is going to do 4. Okay. So basically it'll be, you know, whatever the people who pledge to get them whatever they want, you draw it for them, a character or whatever, you know. I don't want to like tell people what they have to get. That would make it a lot harder to sell them. I want it to be fans' choice, you know. But we got Rich and Doc and you and Dal Ladd, the guy who drew the Still Talking With comics, is going to do 4 as well. So you know we're lining up.
How big are the average sketch cards? Like what
like a trading card?
Just so like literally that big. Okay. That's fucking tiny. Okay.
But I mean, you know, it's art, right?
That's how I used to. I mean, I used to use like 0.005 microns. You know what I mean? Absolutely, I can do that.
I mean, if you know, then people get a piece of original art and they pledge to help us launch the Roku channel.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll do whatever you want, Pops.
And anybody else who wants to do that for us, we're, you know, anything that'll help us get to the funding goal, we're adding it on. We have a whole bunch of different options, you know. Ginge threw out an idea. I don't know if he's figured out a tier price for the idea yet or not, but he was throwing something in there representing the Ginge and Pedro show, which we appreciate. You know, we got
I didn't volunteer with Pedro. Don't worry.
Laurie's gonna smash pumpkins for people, you know, on her show.
Whatever Ginge promised, I ain't dancing.
No, I would, and I wouldn't ask you to wear a red dress either.
Yeah, okay.
I would.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do that to you.
That will just drive the women crazy.
Actually, I would actually like to talk to you guys about my the way I kind of might want to format my next campaigns. I mean, I said I wasn't going to ask anybody, but I've had a really good time tonight, and we gelled really well. I really like to talk to you and just get your input. Yes or no, I'm going to do it anyways, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
I do want to. I would like some input. So, like, not tonight because I've got to get drawing for Chris. I got to keep drawing. That's the tough part because I get like 2 to 3 pages done a week for Chris. So it's tough. Like even taking out like an hour. By the time I get home, I eat dinner, I work out, I see my wife. Like I might only have an hour and a half to draw. You know what I mean? But I want to talk to you guys actually really soon. So I'll PM you on Twitter, and I'd like to set up something and just kind of go over, you know, what I think might be good, and it might help. It might help everybody. If everybody uses it, it might help everybody. But I'd like to see what you think.
Cool. Yeah, bro. Absolutely. The door is always open.
Thank you.
Now look, you guys check out the art. This art is killer. The story is awesome. This thing needs some love, man. Even if it doesn't make it to the funding goal, show this guy some love and show him that you're going to be behind him when he relaunches this thing. Okay. But I'd rather it just got funded.
It's 9 days to go, man. This could happen. So, guys,
I'd rather it just got funded because it's good stuff. Man. Come on, the 5 kaijus, the 5 different kaijus are amazing. They're all badass, man.
And there's 2 that's not even shown yet. 2 that we're not going to show until like one of them, the big baddie. We're not like the King Ghidorah, quote unquote. We're not showing that one.
So, very cool. Dude.
Yeah, if you want to scroll down, Ginge, all 5 of them are like right in a row. The different kaijus, they're badass, dude.
Real quick, I do have just a question for you. How did you get that shadow underneath? What is this right here? Like an ink wash?
It could be. I think I just used. Okay, so again, it's in Procreate, so it's digital, so it's not. The answer is I've done plenty of ink washes. I went to the University of Buffalo for illustration back in the early 90s. So I have done everything traditional, but digitally, basically it's either airbrush or just a different texture. There are some textures that if you layer the texture, so if you put one layer down, erase it, erase a little bit, and then put the same layer on top, it has a different look to it. The different textures that you can do in Procreate, when you start to layer them, it's just unreal.
Yeah, dude, because I thought this was, I mean, this has the texture of, to me, what I thought was like actual physical stuff. Like, at least this page.
I really appreciate that, because when I'm drawing digitally, I don't want it to look digital. When people, when digital artists ink, a lot of them, I can tell that it's digital. I am a huge fan of traditional art. It's just really hard, and I don't have the time. So digital is easier and quicker for me. But I want it to look like traditional inks, and it's not as easy. You got to kind of spend sometimes a little bit extra, but then you save time on other areas where it's super easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like right around here where it almost looks like the marker, you know, like the ink starts to run out a little bit as you're, you know, blacking something out. It starts to like gray a little. It's like, yeah, really nice.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, because that's definitely, it's usually in my head. I don't want it to look digital per se. So.
Okay, so let's look at the kaiju real quick, and I know you're trying to. Obviously, you've got a lot of work to do, buddy, and we are running a little late on the show, anyways.
No, it's good. I've had so much fun. It's been awesome.
Oh yeah, dude, this is
great, man. Yeah, same here, man.
Okay, you're good. There's 2 other shows running on the network right now. I don't care. Keep going. You're fine. So this one needs some love, dude. I'm serious. You know.
Very nice.
This should be way farther ahead than it is.
Fun. I know it should be. And I think, again, if we had taken the time to build the audience first, it wouldn't have had any issues, to be honest. But it is what it is. It's not going anywhere, because I'm not going anywhere. So that's just the way it is.
That's the spirit, man. That's the spirit.
Yeah. I've said on my own show, I don't care if you buy it or not, because I know that maybe next year you will. It's just that you're just going to waste time not being as entertained as you could be this year. You know what I mean?
Sometimes when a campaign struggles too, people hesitate to hop on, even if it looks good.
They do.
I'm sure if this got represented, right? I'm sure if this got represented, you know, it's not even that this presentation is bad. It's just more like, for whatever reason, you know, it didn't click with people. But
no, it's been around longer. You know, the creator is not going anywhere. They're not just going to take off. I mean, there's a lot of downsides to crowdfunding because of shady characters.
Yeah. And a lot of people have abused the goodwill of customers. So
absolutely,
I understand the apprehension, man.
So real quick, so we can get Ron out of here, Pedro.
Yeah.
There's always that new creator too. You know, it's like until people know you. That's why I encourage everybody to hit each other's chats and stuff, and become known in each other's chats on each other's shows. That, you know, that helps, man. When people know who you are, then they see you've got a campaign. That makes it a little different. You know, networking, people. That's what this really is about.
All right. So maybe aside from Nagara, which one of these kaiju is your favorite? Which one did you have the most fun creating and drawing?
The most fun. Okay. All right. Let's see.
You're making me pick among children, man.
Shit. Okay. I'm partial to Zorog. I'm partial to the Rhino. I think that was my first one after Nagara.
Okay.
I just think it came. I mean, I am partial to. He has tech on, so he's organic. He has tech. It is more complicated to draw, but it looks really cool. It looks really cool, and I would say so. He's kind of one of my favorite bad guys. I will say the one that I had the most fun drawing was the giant, squid monster one. That one was a lot of that. Yeah. Devira.
Neil already wants to do a crossover with you.
Dude, the thing is like, I have a little comment here because Bygone, that's the name of an insecticide down here.
No shit, really?
Yeah. That's like Bygone, like, whoa.
Wow. Like, Matt's gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Matt wants everything 100% original. He struggles really hard to make these characters.
Dude. Yeah, but that's in a different country.
I know. Matt's a perfectionist. Matt's a poet. He's a really good writer.
Yeah.
So Devira was like probably my favorite to draw because although she looks really detailed, it's kind of like McFarlane said, like his detail isn't anything. It's just lines or squiggles on paper.
Yeah.
That if you didn't do it, you think it took forever. That was probably one of my quickest ones because all the detail. McFarlane said, you can't tell me how to draw a monster because they don't exist. You know, so I didn't need to place the lines in any particular way. It just needed to look really cool.
Yeah.
So it was like probably my quickest one, but it's really detailed still.
The shape, right, probably makes it where you can focus more on the detail.
Yes, I didn't have to worry about it. Yeah,
the shape language is solid though.
Yeah. Basically,
it's like I've sat and watched. Yeah. I've watched Rich when he's drawing, and it's like he will draw all these little squiggly lines, right? But at the end of it, it looks like all this badass armor casing, and it's just different texture and everything. You know what I mean? It's like when he's drawing it, it's like, what are you doing?
Nice. There it is. The kaiju repellent.
Yeah, exactly.
Kaiju repellent.
Kaiju repellent. Bygone.
Okay, gang, let's go ahead and get Ron out of here.
Yeah.
We'll keep.
Dude, thank you so much, guys. I had a great freaking time. It's been awesome.
Will you play the trailer real quick, though, before we go?
Yeah, that's all right. Honestly, if we don't want to hold you up, let's
go for it. No, go ahead.
Love the concept designs for the vehicle. And chibi kaijus are really cute too. I'm just saying.
Very
you know.
Yeah, I did those stickers too. The stickers were fun to do.
Yeah, the stickers were fun.
The stickers were a lot of fun, actually. Yeah.
Very, very. I like the. We're big cartoon nerds over here.
So. Looks like you picked up a couple.
Yeah, we got moving, baby.
Nice. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
What I'm talking about, man.
Out there. Very nice. Okay, Ron. So thanks for hanging out, buddy.
Hey, man, anytime you want, if you have an opening, you let me know. I'll show up. It's been a lot of fun, guys. I really thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Peace.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Take care, Ron.
I'm going to take us out if you don't mind, Ginge.
Well,
we have an announcement to make, though.
Oh,
hell, mind if I may.
Yeah.
Do that.
Ron, you can.
I want to hear the announcement.
Okay.
Well, actually, I want to hear the announcement.
Okay. Yep. So here in a couple weeks, we're going to start making the actual rounds as we are finishing the gist of getting the project ready to go to Pedro. But we do want to start the pre-launch on our next book. It's funny that you're here, actually, Ron, because we're doing a kaiju project as well. This thing's called Waifus and Kaijus. Let me pull up a little bit of.
So it's a love letter. Everybody loves love letters, but this is like really like love, like groping love to the.
Like groping love.
Yeah, it's a groping love letter to the 80s mecha anime, like huge robots versus kaijus menacing, Japanese people running, screaming, and driven by beautiful ladies.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Beautiful.
So there we go. We got slower. These are our heroines. From America, we have Jackie Harris. Olympic. She's a track runner. What have we decided? What sports they play?
Yeah, that kind of fell to the wayside in the script.
Yeah.
But, all the sort of base information you need is Jackie Harris. She's a sergeant, a mech pilot, age 24. Height, she's 5'5". Her mech is named Petunia. So the story, it's kind of large. Took over a year to write, and Pedro's finishing the prologue right now, which is 26 pages. I don't want to say too much because I haven't quite got the sales pitch down without, sort of spoiling it, but we do have a MailChimp here, which does a good job. So let me get that pulled up. But yeah, but I did want to say, since we're talking about it, one of the things that you said your buddy, your writer was having was really focused on making sure to be original. That was, so as a writer, for me, one of my favorite things to do is the
research.
Right, because I'm a research bug. And dude, I'll just say this, not only has, obviously they've been around a long time, kaijus and mech animes, but Pacific Rim, just for a modern analog, that story, I mean, I love the movie, but trying to write around that is a real challenge, dude, because that was, so it's a real, it's a really awesome thing when you can find something unique here.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's what a great big robots, big monsters. There's nothing else, is there? And hot girls. That's it.
Yeah, dude.
That's it. That's
yeah, and that's the thing. The way the story is structured, we made it, and it says humanity was prepared for the menace, and that's what the prologue is all about. And I don't know, we'll be giving that much, but I mean, you want to take the pitch? You wrote it.
Yeah. I'll just say this too, because the hot chicks, it's almost just more of a gag. Like I said, we're sort of, we're big cartoon fans here, and Pedro being an animator, we lean into that styling. And so with his art style being more cartoony, we took the idea, but me as a writer, I spent a lot of time making sure that this didn't just come across as a TNA book. At the core of this whole series is basically humanity is up against something that's so incredibly destructive that they have no choice but to either fight or die. And that's sort of the whole crux of it. Is it's about courage. It's about fighting against incredible odds, not giving up, growing. We've got more than these 3 girls here, but over the coming weeks, we'll be releasing. There's about 10 main cast members, but the 3 here are, we've got other mech pilots and stuff like that. So good. But it's 130 pages. Right now, that's probably going to end up being a little bit more.
Is that one solid story? 130 done?
Pedro's starting on the we've got a prologue that he's drawing right now, but I'm putting the finishing touches on the script. But yeah, right now I'm at 126 pages. I've got about another 20 or 30 to go. So yeah, and we're doing an art book with it, because Pedro is always hitting us with concept art. So yeah, keep your eyes out for this, guys. It's going to be a big project. We're looking at it.
Yeah, and spread the word, guys. We're going to get this huge mailing list ready. So we're planning on doing the launch maybe late September, October.
You want to drop that link?
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
If you guys want me to do a promo image or an alternate cover,
cool.
Hit me up. I'm there. I'll do it absolutely for you.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah,
that would be incredible.
Yeah, man. I would love to. I've done it for a few people. I would love to, guys.
Awesome, man.
Dude,
awesome.
We didn't really get to talk about it, but your art really is fantastic.
Thank you.
I signed up. I did all that. What do I get?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and get out of here. But thank you, everybody, for listening. Ron, thank you again, bro.
Ron, thank you for being on the show, man.
Thanks,
it was awesome,
guys.
man.
Anytime. Thank you.
All right, Pops, take it away.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Peace out.
Madness Entertainment Group presents the Madness Comic Network with original programming and additional comic-related content.
Yo, everybody, it's me, Pops Van Zant from the Madness Comic Network, and I want you to have a heads up and look out for our sign-up page for the Roku campaign on Kickstarter. We're going to be trying to get the funding to get the Roku channel set up for people like that guy, the guy who's recording this, can get his show up there on Roku and start getting monetization today. So check us out, sign up, be ready. Peace.
The Civil War was America's bloodiest conflict. Over 500,000 died to preserve national unity. When the war ended, Confederates like Harley Brogdon headed west, shooting game for the Army and gambling. When a card game turns deadly, Harley shoots in self-defense, killing the card sharp who threw down first. Wilfred Knorr, the card sharp's wealthy father, will stop at nothing to see Harley hang. Harley flees to Cobb's Gap, an old silver mining town at the foot of the Rockies. A remarkably peaceful town, especially after dark. But the sheriff harbors a dark secret, and no one dares go into the mines anymore. Cobb's Gap is full of secrets. People speak in hushed tones of something in the mine. Something worse than their cursed sheriff. Something even the Indians fear from the deepest pits of hell. Every secret will be exposed. Bronze Star. Order your copy at bronzestarcomic.com.
Nothing unusual about a 4 a.m. call to a back alley in downtown Kenton. A young woman lying pristine and unmarked on the cold, hard ground. I get to work quickly, but there's not much to go on here. No marks of any kind, no signs of struggle, just a dead Vic in the middle of an alley. And then there's that. Dead body in a dumpster that looks like a grizzly bear has crawled its way out of his stomach.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit cb4k.org.